Makes it to survive another day here at the PGL CS2 Major. Will it be ENCE or will FURIA finally get it together? Let's head over to our casters.
Yeah, both of these squads, both these big name squads have looked underwhelming. The only wins that each of them have are over Koi, who were the first team to go out 0-3. Other than that, looking ENCE's way, all the teams they've lost to end up in this 1-2 matchup have been Brazilian. But now they face off against FURIA, who also started this one slow on a separate path to recovery. It's a clash of Fallen versus Glaive, and it's going to start here on Mirage with what's looking like a pretty nice set-piece exec in towards this A site.
Couple of smokes and a molly that spreads both top and bottom balcony. They cleared out a lot of positions, especially Hades, who gets pushed back into spawn by the Molotov. No kills yet. FURIA have the space, and they need the plant.
Here with one through the smoke. He's had a very rough go at it here at this major. But he's kick-started the pistol round off well. Hades back in the spawn. They look to pressure him here. They're both deep towards CT. Good for the first, but Yuri, ooh, there's a lot of bodies around this corner. Yuri's trying to wrestle with them, and he's going to get out with the double. A 2v2 as Yuri has provided for FURIA. Cerato getting run down, but is able to hold on. And he might look to finish this now. It's going to come down to Fallen in the clutch. Tap on the bomb, but there just isn't time for Kylar. Even as he taps out Fallen, he will not win the round. FURIA lock in a pistol, and it's really in part thanks to Yuri on that push towards CT. If he doesn't get a multi-kill there, as he's run at by 3 players, that's a done deal.
Yeah, and the re-smoke for FURIA, it's what forces the players into CT in the first place. They have this wall of smokes down, but then as soon as a bomb gets planted, Diha finds a 5v4. FURIA replenish the jungle smoke, forcing ENCE to reposition completely on that retake. It takes time, and time that they cannot afford with no kit in the clutch. So FURIA get a pistol round. Get ready for a long BO3. Get ready for a drawn-out match. I hope 3 maps with this much on the line, with one of these legendary sides, and especially captains, removed from the major 1-3. You know both teams are going to be fighting absolute tooth and nail for this opportunity, and that's the worst part. It's not a 2-2. It's not an elimination qualification. It's only to live one more day, as Shock said. It's only to keep on fighting. B-pop into a stack. It's only default pistols, though there shouldn't be much resistance.
They move past this with ease. Chelo dead after the double, but he made his money. He did his job in the round, opening up on the Mac 10. And so FURIA will stick the landing in the conversion.
So both of these teams obviously in the top 16 at Paris, but not through having to grind the challengers now opening stage. Both making it from the RMR run. FURIA was 0-3 for 9. Similar story. Only one can get there, and even then, it's not guaranteed. Those 2-2 games are brutal. Calm to start, FURIA conserving their energy for a late evening game. It's up to ENCE to come through with the full buy round now in round number 3. We've got Hades Orb. What Hades do we get today? His peak, undeniable. His floor, often unacceptable. ENCE need him on CT side Mirage more than anywhere else.
He's going to start with the line into the B apartments. That is where FURIA are grouped up, so he's in the right place on this AWP. See this angle used a lot nowadays, and so something FURIA might be ready for, but it's getting past this AWP, and it's easier said than done. Cerato fed to it. He wanted to go B early, but when you lose the point man like that, you don't get any ground after his death. You might look to call this off, and in doing so, that they try to wait for Art to get set up over at short, but he falls as well. This is a nice defense over towards B, put up from ENCE. Ouch. Now it is just Yuri left. Been a real fighting force within FURIA. Expecting him to do much here. It might be wishful thinking. Good flash, and that will lock him out of it. Diha leaves him full blind, and Kyler gets that final kill.
Yeah, two top performers clashing for the squads in Kyler and chasing down Yuri at the end. Nice flash from Kyler. Surprised to see him be just the most dominant force in this team, right? When you consider even the man on your screens, Hades, when he's on, he is a force to be reckoned with. At least starts this round strong with a 5-on-4, and time bought for Art was not enough. ENCE on the board early, and they even saved the AWP. So pistol and Mac-10 are the limiting factors here for FURIA, looking like a more explosive A play like that pistol round. It's Hades back at triple, AWPing once again.
Yeah, once more, right place, right time for this AWP. But a missed shot, and that's going to cost him dearly. Chelo secures the opener. Kyler trying to play through is fed to Keserato. And so with the bomb plant coming in, if nothing changes soon, this is a bit of a non-starter for ENCE. They had two chances there to kind of thin the herd, and they both come up short.
It's a danger of playing ahead of the smokes, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with Hades going for that play out of spawn. You know, he hit the first shot, he already had his pre-smoke down that will not only deter a Molotov, but gives him a path to exit CT. FURIA were already running from Palace to default, so missed shot. And that may be the round gone. FURIA even grab an AWP as well. They come into that round with a pistol and a Mac-10. They leave happy.
And already I'm liking the early look at FURIA here. I mean, we got to cast them in that Koi game yesterday, and I don't know, man. It just felt a little rough, I'll be honest with you. It didn't really feel like either team was playing up to a fantastic level. For FURIA, there was a lot of these very, very slow rounds that would, you know, not at all the type of round that you would be used to associating with the FURIA squad, but I think already you've got a nice degree of paces to open up this T side.
Yeah, I like the way the desk framed it, and that FURIA are warming in this, you know, tournament. I hope that holds somewhat true. You know, this is ENCE's first BO3 played in Copenhagen. FURIA at least went down 0-2 to get that chance to make the full sweep, and got warmed into a BO3. I'd like to think that they could, you know, warm in more, but there's no time for slow starts really with this much on the line. And so in their map pick, playing very heavy execute CS already, it's netted some good results. 3-1, a mishmash buy for ENCE. This flash is nice as well. Oh, no, it's not. He middle clicked it. And he still goes. That is, and Fallen even had another flash. That's just a misplay from Fallen there, miscomm and everything going wrong. And he can't even hit the shot. Uh-oh, bombs back here as well. Fallen's got to be very cautious. That's a bit disastrous, because that flash would have wrecked him. How's Art here? How is he here?
Just don't mess this up.
No, the longer he holds this, he's getting his team to get set up at B, because he's just saying, guys, I have one of the B players. I have a free kill right now. He's not going to knife this in a... Oh, you mad, absolute mad lad. And now they're going to pop B. It's only Diha.
Glaive is scratching his head. He was there for so long. They will deal with Art. Diha trying to hold the line, but only good for the first. Bomb tumbles into the site as Fallen drops that over. He's looking to get involved on this AWP, but the shots miss. They sail past ENCE, back in the market. Chelo trying to take matters into his own hands. That's a team nade. This one is wild. ENCE have just TK'd into a 2v2, and that might be their undoing in the round. Goofy left up all alone, and this AWP is still peeking him, still fighting him, and they're going to swing him together to close it.
Oh my god, Fallen made up for that with flash, I'll say that much. Huge entry kills with the AWP on B when ENCE are trying to stop that plant. They're trying to get in the site with 10 seconds remaining to cause chaos. And Fallen is re-peeking with the bomb. Very risky. I can't believe Art even nice. We've seen that let people down. We've seen FURIA even punish that play. But hey, it sets up his team perfectly for the B pop. FURIA playing with confidence right now. And ENCE yet to answer. You know, I think it's also got to be somewhat motivating for FURIA to see all of their Brazilian counterparts performing so well in this competition, while they are the worst performing Brazilian team after day 2. So I think that does light a fire underneath you. The questions of, are you even the best in Brazil? especially when you see leaders like Big Azera perform in the way that he is, and the leadership of FURIA, which has been questioned since its inception. FURIA don't want their joint worst major placing ever. 4-1 up, pistols out, and mid taken. These nades today, hitting everyone.
At least it's only flashes for FURIA, right? Not the nade in window.
Oh!
Hades dead to Serato. This Zeus might never
screams.
even get a chance to fire. Glaive!
Oh!
Misses. And so he'll get run down. Just Kylar left up against it all here. And they know where he is. They've got him boxed in. He's a dead man. It might even come swiftly as Art really wants this kill. Looking to chase it down. Looking to send a message as they lock ENCE out of that round dominantly.
Very confident look from FURIA. That is the one thing you can take away from this start. ENCE immediately call a timeout into what will be another crucial gun round as this start is slipping through their fingers. Can't quite get a grip on the game. Need to patch it up pronto. Because while, as Ades talked about the peak events, the honeymoon that this 9 squad with Glaive's leadership showed us at the start of the year, a fantastic run of Katowice. They took down Astralis, Mongols in the play-in. They went on to beat G2 and Vitality, for crying out loud. And even had a run v Falcons in those playoffs. Were so close in overtime in front of the home crowd. But was that just flash in the pan? Can they keep up those considerations? It felt like an overperformance. And Copenhagen may call it that.
I mean, as you say, right, that was the run in front of the home crowd, and for Glaive, he would love to be able to have a similar feeling here at the Copenhagen Major, but hasn't been materializing yet, even in this round after the pause, after Cuban had a little bit of time to have a word with the boys. He tried to cook up some big ideas here. It's not started strong. Goofy has a chance to reclaim that lost man, and he will. So the 4v4 returns. As Goofy gets out of there unpunished. FURIA slow it right down.
I mean, in a funny sense, Glaive isn't the only representative of that old Astralis era here in Copenhagen. Zip just arrived today in the Mal Sports camp as assistant coach or analyst. And, well, Glaive obviously the only active player who made it to this major, but this would be a sad way to go out on home soil. Art's in the sight, Goofy's under Bauk, he's in a lot of pressure, great grenade, lights them up, Fallen attempts to hunt this kill down, but it's down to the pistol instead, spamming, Goofy jumps on the ladder, and Fallen can't hit his shot. ENCE hold down finally on this A site, and I think they've heard Yuri run through B as well. All eyes on the prize. And ENCE should be back on the board.
Yeah, it comes from Goofy, right? Stellar round from him. He starts it off, pushing up through ramp, reclaims that initial, 4v5 that ENCE were in, levels it back out, and then continues to be a bit of a knight in shining armor under the palace. So Yuri left on the save, just locked out of the round, far too far away to even get a chance to be involved in that one there. And this is where it all starts for Goofy. Then he finishes it up here with a great little play to dodge Fallen on that deagle.
This makes that hitbox really rough, jumping up and down the ladder. Even FURIA respond with a timeout their own.
Yeah, I mean, if you're FURIA here, right, you've been in control of this game up until now. You still have money to buy, in spite of that one not going your way. And so it's your chance to kind of keep the game under your control, under your thumb. See her topping the board right now for the ENCE squad. That's nice, right? With the kind of horrific tournament he's had so far.
Yeah.
Very reassuring to see. If he can keep that up, ENCE are going to feel like they have a whole new player unlocked, man. And that can make all the difference.
A better time to show it. Nice start. It's been 5v4s for Fallen's Orb more so, but Hades finally, well, I say that second time he's found a opening pick. It was the first gun round of B as well. Gonna pop Palace. Hades repositioned, he's ready. Oh, the timing is not ideal. And FURIA see the orb, they call it off. Back to the drawing board, Yuri's coming out of under. He could go for A smokes here. But it is on Art, who has to leave the Palace. Fallen alone at ramp with the bomb. Serato will come back.
Right, then bit of a mid-split taking shape here as Art is swift on the reposition. Oh, re-smoking connector at the minute mark. FURIA might have to respect that. They've also just lobbed out one of the smokes over towards A. That's their only smoke in the round used here and now.
It's pretty clear.
So they kind of have to go on this one. Noise made over towards ramp. You feel like ENCE have got all the info they need to piece this one together. And Goofy once more, the guy who kind of tore that first round away from them, getting involved. He's got more that he's got to do here. You've seen him multi-kill in this position. And this time he's got help from that AWP. Goofy just making steps, taunting Serato, who can't get this trade. If he goes wide, he's in the prying eyes of that orb. Yuri's nowhere to be found, and Goofy will shut down the point man out through ramp. Yuri's just been trapped in connector the whole damn round, and so he never even gets the ball rolling. That's a bit of an awkward one for FURIA.
Yeah, that felt a lot less how they've won their 5 rounds, right? It's been very grouped, execute style. That one was more just, okay, our play didn't work. We lost our first pick. We saw the orb when we were about to pop Palace, and Yuri was going to come under quickly, but they decide to reset, go 2-2 split, and they just get picked apart, really. Nice positions, nice team play from ENCE. Goofy doesn't overstep and trades right when he's needed. So it's solid from ENCE, but it didn't feel like there was much to that for FURIA. Got to show something here. Their money's on the line. Tech Mac, they've done it before. Straight out the gate. This has been working.
This time it's Kylar responsible for the Palace position. Good pair of hands for the job. Art attempts to go barreling through on the Mag-10, bit of a signature move for the man. It goes no further as Kylar and Goofy look to lock this in. Serato coming out a little later from Palace. It's good for the backstab. But Goofy, the one who has been the make or break for ENCE in defense of this A site, is still very much in the round. Knocked out now by Chelo. And there's the response from the Hades Orb.
Smokes.
Got to try and get past him dry here. They look like they're going to decide against it. Now, Yuri has often been left in these rounds with very little time and very little chance to get involved. This time, FURIA are trying to get ahead of that, playing the buddy system. They'll fall back.
Perfect move from Glaive because it just cuts off the B rotation. He knows his timing is good enough that they won't be in the site yet. And so ENCE jiggle up the A setup. Hades checks mid-timing. And they know that what this probably means is FURIA are just recommitting to Lade, hoping the AWP is no longer on the line. Hades is getting back to his position, but they found Diha just jumping out in CT. Caught for nothing. ENCE already had the info. Jump goes over the top. They might find this AWP as well. Oh, a centimeter too short. Hades gets out. He's waiting for Glaive's flank, but he falls as well. 15 seconds.
Glaive's
is the plant open? He gives it away, and they can plant safe.
1v1 now, Chelo the one to beat. Glaive arriving just in time. Not able to deny the plant. He's got to win this one in the fight. 8 bullets in his M4. Every shot counts. Chelo is trying to play for time right now. Hasn't had the spot in a while. Doesn't know where Glaive could be, but on these jiggles, he'll come swinging. And Chelo knocks Glaive out of the clutch. A 1v2 that he gets close but can't take over the line.
That's around the whole time. Glaive's just saying, wait, just don't fight. I've got this. I'm going to win the round right now. I just need you to stay alive. And it's one thing, for Hades to be holding the angle with the orb. Sure, he does get swung. He misses his shot. It's more forgivable than Diha dying in CT there. Could have tucked in, but maybe scared of wallbang, scared of util. Tries to escape, and FURIA just find 2 kills before that flank even materializes. That's an awkward round to lose for ENCE. And while it was FURIA on the breaking point, ENCE not much better off. 2 AWPs. That's all they've got.
Certainly not the buy you're going to be expecting if you're FURIA.
Sure.
This actually looks like a call that Art would bring out himself in this position.
It might work. They've got triple B rather, double short. And FURIA walking right up for a B split at the moment. Oh, perfect spray. Lots of damage on Art as well. This is uncomfortable now for FURIA, who have smoked off short like they don't want this, but that was their end goal. Oh my god, Yuri snuck in. And they have no idea. The timing is perfection. Or is it?
Dia, that's mad. He's ready for the man in jungle. He deals with him on the 5-7. A huge pickup for Dia, who might have been a bit of a letdown in that last round. But he's looking to make up for it here and now. Gets out with a second, and that's where Hades strikes on the AWP. It's only Art. And in the 1v4, bomb dropped in connector, 30 seconds left. These are not winning recipes to the round, and Art knows it.
He's got to make noise to go anywhere. It's going to get heard by Glaive as he climbs back up ladder, but still no time to get this bomb without dropping mid. I think he knows this one is a little too far gone and will try and combat save, but it's ENCE. Somehow with very little getting it done. It's the 5-7 into the AK for Dia that's a difference maker. That big flank for Yuri, that timing hit and window felt perfect. Dia didn't even know what to be scared of, so he just walks right through that murder hole. 6-4. And as back and forth as you would expect this game to be.
Yeah, FURIA don't even know about the double AWP, right? Glaive never even had to fire a shot, so that still comes as a surprise to deal with in this round.
Yeah, because you might just call something faster towards B. We've seen FURIA attempt to do that just now with the short play. They attempted to do it in the first gun with just full apps and art up cat, but the AWP was right there waiting. So if that is the idea for FURIA, without a doubt, one of these AWPs will be on B, you'd think. It's an ugly buy. Acerato's had to drop an AK, as has Fallen.
Yeah, placing a bit of faith in chelo and Art, obviously saving his out of the last round at least. Gonna start off more up-tempo towards this B site. Double setup over here in mid. Glaive posted at the window and Kylar taking space back. Oh, the molly falls short of the boxes. And so as a result, Art's allowed to keep hanging out here. They're not able to punish him now in top middle. Instead, the next peek is from Hades down into dark. Gets out with the one and done, but might have wanted more from that AWP. Certainly would have in a round like this.
Luckily, there is more. Another in window, and they will not be ready for this. Art's looking for the kill, but the smokes come down. Kylar's getting played with. That flash gives room. And look at the space taken by FURIA.
Yeah, you hear him leave the connector. Now he's got to go play behind the smokes. So suddenly a real route opened up in middle.
It's only D here at B.
Nice reaction out of ENCE in the mid-round to go and double up and take this ramp control away. That at least gives them something to play off of here. We're going to see Kylar commit to the push through ramp.
Don't want both players doing this, but this is perfect. Not only do they know A is clear, Kylar can flank if it's a B play, and if it is A, Goofy can just take contact, get a kill, live, waste time. Meanwhile, Art's found the hole, but Dia is still here at the back of bench.
He's got no idea that Art can be this deep.
Goes both ways.
Oh, but just looking away. In the meantime, that top mid fight comes in.
No idea.
He's not on Art's screen yet, and so Art thinks the B site's clear, but now Dia plays his hand.
10 seconds.
And that's devastating. Fallen with the bomb on his back is a dead man up on shore. Dia will lock it in. It's labored, but he gets the 2 kills he needed to take that round away for ENCE.
I couldn't be more unlucky for Art just with those timings. He feels like he's cleared B completely. He's checking every position. He's looking at bench. Diha's just tucked down at the right time. Very well done by Diha, who is alone with no support and with no info. But he stops that bomb from making its way into what FURIA believed was an empty site. And another rebuy. FURIA are in the hole at the last round of the half. They only have pistols.
Yeah, something a bit more up-tempo on the tanks, running it down through mid. Kylar is trapped down in dark. This is a tasty 1v1 that they can look for, and they're going to group up, they're going to deal with him. So clean as Keserato's brought down low, but still the advantage sides with FURIA. Space being taken from the ENCE squad. Another one of these reactions where they take ramp away after losing middle. Also flexing a little bit over towards the apartments on Glaive. As FURIA come back up. They're towing a dangerous line here with Glaive this aggressive.
Still needs multiple kills for this to be worth it. You're still arming your opponent. Glaive patient, Fallen crouches in. It's a bit of damage early on. They wait to trade. 2 will do for Glaive, but it's still opened up B. Only Diha here. He's been solid so far, though.
Gonna get set up over towards the van just in time as well. They shouldn't be ready for this. When you've dealt with someone so deep in the apartments, you're not sure that this van player would exist. But Diha's only good to get out with 1. FURIA still keep it low and slow, but this is giving time to Hades to rotate over on the AWP. Plant only just coming through now.
Bomb has been planted.
Yuri and Art had a tiny bit of time to get set up here. Art plays it from within the site. Yuri waiting to play around this bomb in the apartments. AWP is bearing down on them. They don't know about it yet, but this flash coming out is going to give up where both players are. Oh. And Yuri and Art make it look easy. They'll keep that lead in FURIA's favor. They don't let this be a tie game. They're able to maneuver around the ENCE squad there, and they deal with that, low buy in round 12 very, very nicely. They do a great job of isolating the fight on a Kylar down as they realize the kind of huge opportunity that is having him trapped down in dark. And then they keep that momentum up on the B hit.
Yeah. Doing that with no rifles as well. A lot of low buy rounds being won by FURIA in this half, which has more often than not been their undoing, closing anti-ecos in this competition. Still, ENCE wake up. It felt very dominant to begin. And ENCE did show some nice rounds, some active play towards the end of their CT side. So all in all, FURIA's map pick, a strong half, but by no means a decided game yet. FURIA definitely looking focused though.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said of how in these FURIA wins, a lot of the maps have featured strong performances from Art, someone who started really slow in the BO1s. Even in that match versus Koi just yesterday, he was a force to be reckoned with.
Art has smoke kit, so as ENCE go for a full execute, they'll be able to plant. FURIA will have to respect it, but FURIA are playing for the clutch up, and they've even missed the smoke. That's a bit of a disaster. Doesn't look like it'll be a huge punish. No one's on the stairwell, but Art has found a 5v4. That's a beautiful beginning for FURIA.
Yeah, now they just completely, give up the site. They kind of let ENCE have it. No need to hang around and give up a chance for the trade. Art waits for everyone else to move around and join him, and they're all going to be retaking with this flash through CT. Teased them up for the opener. Dink on a Fallen. It's from a teammate, but he still propels himself in at the front of the herd. Goofy and Glaive respond, the 2 Gs, and Goofy, one more from him. Onto the dualies now as the clutch opens up. And ENCE might have something in this after all. Up close is chelo. And Goofy doesn't react in time. Even chelo looks surprised at that one there.
Yeah, he just misread that. He thought he was going to, dance back and forth around the box and come through on the front side, but opens his back up completely and gets shot in the side of the head. Chelo, he'll take that. It comes for free. Damn. That's a little bit cautious, it's a little scared in the clutch when you have dualies and he hears the footsteps. Felt like Goofy was primed to just go for the kill, go for the throat. But FURIA a pistol round on top of a winning half, and we hear some shouts from them finally at that. It's going to be a bomb plant and a buy for ENCE. Nothing surprising here, but they've got to make it work or they are down in the dumps.
Not the start you wanted either. Through the smoke, Glaive is dinked. Yuri controls the spray and gets out of there. FURIA are in a really good spot all of a sudden. Glaive's 1 health from the start of the round. Hasn't even seen the opponents yet.
Uh-oh. CAK gone.
All the big ticket items lost in mid. Sunk to the floor. ENCE left with nothing but this B play.
Yuri just needs contact, and chelo will, without a doubt, take a kill here. Maybe both. They're only Mac 10s jumping in. Oh, it's a little awkward, but he saves it. The molly spreads, he swings, and Goofy's in the sight, but he needs Glaive support desperately. Bomb in apartments, 1 health. Dangerous for the Dane. Yuri hides out at the back of the site. Keserato has his cover. Doesn't need to move. They're going to try hunt him down. Nice chase. Goofy finds it. He can't escape without taking a dink from Glaive, but that bomb might go down after all. Glaive's walking back, however. Checking for a flank that doesn't exist. Goofy now needs to buy time.
Is he just fully rerouting on this? It feels like it. 1 HP on Glaive, so he's kind of saying, all right, Goofy, I just need you to do all you can. If you can knock out one of these players, you can tee me up for something here.
They've got to push in, because if they don't, they can't spend too much time. As the bomb goes down, they'll realize it's A. You assume the spam is perfect. And the question is, how long does it take to realize? They don't hear the plant noise. This should be very clear to FURIA. No excuses here. FURIA, they realize, but Glaive is just on 1 health.
And he's been 1 HP since the start of the round. He got dinked through the smoke by Keserato.
Got to force at least 1 kill instantly, or this is not going to happen.
There should be no way he wins this. Absolutely no way. He's already basically dead. They don't know where he is yet. Art goes chasing, doesn't check deep. Doesn't check deep.
They don't know.
Glaive with the backstab. 1 point of health, and he's got them off the bomb. Oh, Captain Copenhagen, take a bow. Glaive with 1 HP. Locks in that round for ENCE. That is daylight robbery.
That should never happen, but who else to do it? Who else do you believe in when he says, I'm rotating? Good luck, Goofy.
That's just such a crazy call, man. Everything about that round is wild. And the fact that Glaive has any sort of faith in himself in a 1 HP 1v2 to win it.
I thought
he makes it look so easy as well.
Yeah, the plant, it's still for him. They diffuse for him. They completely misread it. Art doesn't check the corner fully. You felt like that was on a plate for FURIA. How could they bungle that? But of course, they didn't know his health as well, right? It would be a very different story. It was a dink through the smoke. And when they watch that back, that will be antagonizing. My oh my, ENCE win a seemingly impossible clutch round by the captain. And it feels like when ENCE win games, Glaive is no stranger to being near the top of the scoreboard. Even on his return to CS after a break from the top level. The guy can frag. I mean, hell, in Astralis' heyday, one of the more capable fragging in-game leaders that we've seen.
One thing's for certain, he wants to keep himself here in his home country's major for as long as he can. Now a bit of faith instilled in ENCE. They're believing, they try to move in with a fast B play, but not good results out of the gate. Keserato wants revenge, and he wants it swiftly. Run out by Hades. Glaive and Goofy trying to make this happen. It's the 2 from that last round left in it, and Glaive has taken this personally. Tapped out from chelo. 1 left to find, and 2 bullets in chelo's 5-7. And around, immediate dink, and now he's in with a real chance. Time to get the reload off. Goofy's problems just beginning as chelo repositions over at bench. Goofy trying to stand tall like Glaive did in that last round, and he has been whittled down more and more by this 5-7. Oh, chelo just can't lock it in, and so it's Goofy to hold strong, whittled down so low, and that is now back-to-back. Next to 1 health clutches to come through for ENCE.
They don't need health. They just don't need it. How many shots does chelo land there? It feels like he's hitting 3, 4 times. 3 health the difference. And ENCE, they are still in this map. Without these rounds, this is a dominant game for FURIA right now. The clutches are disastrous. And that's a full B stack for FURIA. That's like a 2-on-4 that ENCE pull back. The bomb committed second player in. And they still save the day. Unbelievable. Desperate. We see this buy a lot from just hero MP9 around default pistols, baiting for a kill, going for the upgrade. And of course, he can just buy the same thing next, even if they lose with nothing. It's a gamble stack. That molly is going to be nice, though. Forces both players in. Art gets something from it at least. But they find the gap.
Ooh, Diha wanted to farm up some easy ones, but they're not easy. Kylar still has the golden ticket here.
They
Spot this aggression, Fallen. Oh, sorry, bud. He is so dead. They are ready to deal with him as Kylar arrives on that backstab.
They just know they have so much room because of this flank, and so the bomb, red carpet rolled out.
Bomb has been planted.
chelo, no armor. He's taking this gun from Art to try and get some exits, but might just be looking to a save on Art with the armor and the pistols to try and contain. Bit of damage on the way out. Still, ENCE equalize the scoreline of this map. Something to be said after a 7-5 and a pistol for FURIA.
Yeah, I mean, you're really seeing the kind of nature of the game change, right? A couple of big clutches out of ENCE, and suddenly they're right back in this. They're hot on the heels of FURIA, and the way those clutches go against you doesn't feel good either if you're FURIA. It really stings. It's salt in the wound at this point. This was a game that you were kind of running away with, it felt like. You were looking good. You were getting a great performance out of guys like Art, Yuri having his impactful moments. Sure, little quiet, I guess you could say, from Keserato and Fallen, but I don't think it's been a big issue. You've had that firepower trio when you've needed it, but then you lose to Glaive at 1 HP, to Goofy on 3, and suddenly it's tied up. And it's not like FURIA is sitting there with loads of buys in their back pocket. That's the thing, right? When they lose these rounds, it hits like a 2-for-1. And so the path is right there for ENCE to not just equalize this game, but to take the lead.
They're set up for an instant B-pop into just chelo. He's got no one even near him. Oh, the fake steps for Glaive just running under, keeps these players attuned to middle. And Yuri, because he doesn't have cover because of the smoke, he has to turn back. It's all on chelo right now. Back of the site, he's stuck alone. Yuri's blinded out by these flashes, but the MAC-10 can't get any space. Hades with a scope, but not the traditional one, and they're not giving him anything from short, hiding out in the smokes. chelo pokes his head round. Oh, he's cutting them down one by one. 5 on 2. There's no getting out of this one, ENCE.
Yeah, with just one man here, you thought he was on the ropes, but really he's on the strings, man. It's all chelo, 3 in the round. And buying time for these rotates to arrive. FURIA are here with force. ENCE sent packing, and it's chelo to do it to him.
He's had a great game, hasn't he, right? Okay, sure, doesn't close out the 1v1 with a 5-7, but he won a clutch in the first half versus Glaive on the A site. Been playing some great CS as chelo. And a 4K shutdown as the solo B hold. And a full rush from ENCE. Back to the drawing board for Glaive.
I mean, that's the thing, you know, for chelo, back at his previous teams of Imperial and MIBR, he always felt like the guy who could get the team going. And, you know, I know it just sounds like pretend, but he really was, man. Like, we would always call him the emotional spirit level of his teams. You could tell, like, the vibe in the camp based on how chelo was looking. He's a very loud guy. He's quite rowdy. You know, he likes to try and bring the morale up. And with him having a good game like this, you know, you're seeing it even in the player cams. You're seeing it in the reactions. Yeah. He's very animated. He's trying to keep the vibe good.
He's provocative.
Exactly. He's provocative. He gets the people going. And so that's what you want right now if you're Furia. You kind of need that voice within the team because this game has got a lot more stressful than it was just a few rounds ago.
Yeah, it's as tight as we would want, though. I don't want either team to blow out. No matter who takes the dub today, this should be a competitive game. The stakes are so high. The expectations are so high of both of these rosters. And there's not even a spot on the line. It's only for elimination. Not the stage. Not even close.
Very weak buy for ENCE here, man. They needed something to open this up to kind of kickstart them into the round, and it's not happened in middle. Instead, they're left with the A play, Fallen blind, but still going to catch Hades on the cross. Oh, and another from Fallen. You love to see that as they run down the remaining ENCE players. Furia take a much-needed 5 alive round, and that's now 2 rounds back-to-back where they've built up some money.
Yeah.
That was the big threat towards the tail end of this game, was that if ENCE could keep this hot streak going, Furia were only a few rifle rounds between them and taking the L.
A breath of fresh air for Furia. Confident rounds and force buys removed back-to-back. Fallen breaking the window smoke in his element right now on CT Mirage. You're not going to get him in many more comfortable positions. 10-8 full eco. ENCE have to roll over in this round and then pull a 5-round comeback in regulation. Straight. Glaive with the I go B, you plant A. They could overwhelm. Timing's a key here. They just run through the smoke, so Caserato's not considering it. This might be a bomb plant here. Something to celebrate for ENCE, getting some money, but anything more seems denied.
Yeah, don't worry, Furia fans. There is actually no way he wins this one, as Glaive is locked out down in middle.
No, he's got too much health.
Yeah, Furia. They let them get away with a bomb plant. A bit of mercy showing to their opponents there as Fallen wasn't able to punish it back at the spawn. If you're ENCE, you'll take the extra cash injection, but
Yeah.
it still all comes down to the results of this rifle round.
Like I said, 5 in a row.
It's also another flawless round, so really Furia are in a great spot. They've got full control over this game right now.
Feels destined for Furia at this point in the game. If we pause, there should be no way ENCE win from here. I would make it all the more incredulous if they do, but the numbers will not speak to it. Fast out middle, denied by that top mid Molotov. Oh, Goofy's just getting chewed up by it.
Dude, and with how important Goofy's been in these like 2vx rounds that ENCE have been able to pull off, he's not the one you want getting winded by a Molotov up in top mid.
They got to catch their breath. Furia right here on the precipice of mid, ready to attack. Yuri in ladder. Ahead of where he's been on catwalk, typically. Are ready to drop in the B apartments. The orb back in CT to ensure A. And chelo just baiting at the back of the site. I think it's a great position for him right now. The game he's having. Eyes in the sky. Fallen won't see them come up cat. He's too focused on ramp. It's all on Yuri.
Lot to do, but Yuri's often the man to get it done. He's even got support moving over. Yuri lines them up. Art moves in, but it's trades back and forth.
Wow.
Suddenly, Caserато comes through. And like a raging wind, he has knocked ENCE down and out of middle. It's just Diha left in this now. 1v3, 30 seconds left. This is not a round that he is supposed to win ever. With the bomb out in the open, with Caserato's watchful eye on it, there's no comeback for Diha in this 1v3. Caserato nailed everyone down in mid.
And the shots are great, but what a fantastic call for Furia to crunch at the perfect moment in middle there, right? As soon as Yuri has contact, Art has just fallen off of B to peek short with him. They get all the info, they get 2 for 2, and then Caserato flies through the smoke, the star of Furia. And for good reason, he delivers the 3K, the knockout blow to find 12 rounds. This is teed up now for Furia. Just got to knock ENCE out of Mirage. One more will do it. And look at what they have. a Galil and a bunch of pistols with a MAC-10. They can go for an AXQ, but no one is in the sight, no guns to gift. And if they go before these smokes bloom, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do, Fallen might grab that first kill.
He's in the spot to do so. CT smoke arrives a little late, but it's a dink on a Fallen instead. The first to strike is Art through that smoke.
Okay.
Kylar with one back, smoke blowing open, and that lines up Keserato for a freebie.
So low.
Pistol's trying to take some space away. Kylar attempting the pressure, but chelo watches on with that second AWP. And now it's just Diha and Hades. The gun's the wrong way around. Diha with the scope, Hades on the rifle, trying to cook up a 2v4 to keep ENCE in this game. FURIA are slow. The unsteadiness is creeping in for ENCE. The paranoia, the uncertainty, it's all there. And it forces that shot out of Diha. It's unraveling now. And there's Art with the killing blow. FURIA pick up the win. They recover from those back-to-back clutch rounds. They brush them off and they don't let it touch them here on Mirage.
Don't indeed. Jason and I had to run down the stairs
Yeah,
because
that's quicker than we thought, didn't it?
it went really fast by the end, and I think that is kind of